YantroMitra, from creativity to innovation.
Hello everyone, this is Akshita Pramod from YantroMitra. Today we would be learning some basic connections of LED on the breadboard. LED has one long leg called as the anode, and it has one shorter leg which is called as the cathode. LED means light emitting diode. The diode means one which has two ends. The resistor is also a diode, but it does not emit light, whereas LED emits light and has positive and negative terminals. Now, let us look at one of the video where we can understand it better. So this is called as a cathode, this is the anode, and this is the flat edge in an LED. The leg below the flat edge is called as the cathode, which is the shorter leg, and the anode is the longer leg. Connection that we are going to do is to glow up our LED. We would be using a 9 volts battery and a resistor and our LED here. What is a resistor? Now just imagine if you're asked to eat about 10 parathas, well, your capacity is only about 2 parathas. Wouldn't that be too much for you? So what would you do? You would share it among your friends and divide the parathas, and eventually you will get only 2 parathas and you'll be happy with it. Similar to how a resistor works, it prevents the excessive current to flow through the LED and prevents it from getting burst. So the resistor acts as a current limiter. The first row, that is this entire row, this side would be marked as red, is the positive of the breadboard. And this entire side would be the positive of this side of the breadboard. Similarly, you have a negative line. Similar to that, you have a negative line there too. Now, when you connect the battery to this breadboard would be powered up to be positive or negative. So let us start with the first connection. So I would be using a 9 volts battery. In the battery, we have a positive and a negative. Now, the negative, I will just connect it to the negative line of this breadboard because this entire line is negative. So I'll just power it up as negative. And similarly, I'll just connect this to the positive. So I'm done with the first connection. So now this entire line would be positive and this entire line will be negative. Next thing that I would need would be an LED. We have already seen what an LED is. It'll have two parts, an anode and the cathode. So I've connected my one LED over here. This is the anode. Anode is positive, so it should be connected with the positive line of this breadboard. So I'll just connect it anywhere here. Now I'll use a resistor, which is nothing but a current limiter. Now, as we had seen in the circuit, I want my resistor such that it is in the same line of the cathode. You can see here. So this is a cathode. My resistor is in the same line of that of the cathode. And the other connection that I would be doing is the terminal one would be connected to the negative terminal of the battery. So this shows that the entire connection has been done. So now let's power up the resistor. And yeah, the circuit has been powered up now. We can see that the LED is glowing, which indicates that we have done a perfect connection. But now, if I remove one of the wires, what would happen? I'll delete them. Our LED is not glowing. That shows that the circuit is open and therefore the current is not flowing. Our LED is not glowing. But if I just connect this, the positive terminal here, and I start the simulation again, we can see our LED is glowing again. So with this, we have just completed our first connection.
Dear viewers, you can now purchase YantroMitra Steam kits. through the link given below in the description. YantroMitra STEAM kits come with multiple projects, DIY booklet, and video tutorials to help our students do the DIY experiments. YantroMitra STEAM kits are delivered to your doorstep on the basis of one kit per month.
YantroMitra from Creative